Just two dudes having a conversation. You're my friend and I trust you.
Welcome to your life.
Welcome to your life.
Welcome back. You're my friend, I trust you.
You're my friend, I trust you.
The podcast.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm still shaking the sleepies off.
Me too. I have a giant cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee is huge.
Donnie's sporting
NASCAR mug.
cup of coffee.
What is this called? A pour over brew?
Pour over, yeah.
You had like a cauldron, a witch's cauldron, that you put a piece of paper over, put the coffee on that, and then pour hot coffee.
I think it tastes better, but it might just be because it makes, like, I have to work harder for it, so I think it tastes better.
That's pretty darn good stuff.
Sweet.
It's also Colombian roast, which that's probably my favorite.
Me too.
Yeah.
We hope you had a good holiday
season
session.
We're way off of it now.
Yeah, I don't even know when this is going to air.
This will air next week, so the middle of January.
So we hope you're keeping your resolutions.
Yeah, what were your resolutions? Did you have any resolutions?
Not really. I mean, like, I kept a resolution last year right at the last tail end, and that was to lose 20 pounds. And I lost about 45, so... And I snuck that right in. But
I was going to say, I don't think you really need a resolution personally.
Yeah.
Because I think you're killing it.
I appreciate it.
Just overall.
I think, if anything, I want to, like Allie and her work owns a gym. So we have a discount there. So we got gym memberships. So
nice.
I want to get in better, like, cardio shape.
Yeah. Which
I can start doing now. Part of the program that I'm on. It was super restrictive at the beginning, but...
Yeah, you weren't allowed to work out.
Yeah, they didn't want me, like, excessively sweating because such a big part of it was hydration. So they wanted me to... Stay hydrated.
Retain all that stuff.
Yeah, so now, like, I can work out and do all that. So excited to start building that back up. But...
I will say, we were doing this pour over. You were pouring me over some coffee. There's two pictures of you on the fridge from recently.
Yeah, just a couple months ago.
You look so much heavier in those pictures.
Yeah.
To what I'm looking at right now.
It's pretty nuts.
It's
especially my face.
Really crazy. Yeah. Like, I feel like you lost probably 10 pounds off your face.
Lost 45 pounds on my face.
That's just a little peanut. But you're looking great. You're looking real trim. You're wearing a Billy Ray Cyrus shirt from the 90s.
I am so stoked about this. I got it in a White Elephant gift exchange. This, along with a, what are those things called?
I don't know. I'm holding it right now. It's one of those pillows that
you run your hand across.
And it changes.
Yeah,
like it goes from one color to another. It's got those little like fish scales on it.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
But this one, you push it. It's red. You push it up underneath. It's a picture of Nick Cage.
And it's
his face. It's just his face.
And it's like not even his head. It's literally his eyebrows, his eyeballs, his nose, and his mouth.
It's so great.
Like every year we do a White Elephant gift exchange, like my family does. And
keep talking. I got to take this flannel off. It's hot.
So I saw my older brother. He didn't have enough wrapping paper or something. He forgot to wrap it. So it was just like sitting in a bag in a corner. And so right before we started, he took one of the bags that we used for our normal Christmas beforehand. And he was like, yeah, I need that. And so he grabbed that and grabbed his stuff and left. And I was like, I want whatever he brought. And so when it was my turn, I chose that, and I chose so right because I got this Billy Ray Cyrus t-shirt. It was like, I don't even know what tour it is. It's on the back, so I can't read it. I got that and the Nick Cage pillow. And then I'm actually super stoked. My sister, we do a gift exchange. There's technically now 7 siblings because of the in-laws and whatnot. And so the siblings do a gift exchange. So we each pick a name and then get that person a gift. So my sister got me one of those Ancestry.com DNA kits.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it.
That'll be super cool.
Yeah, I haven't done it. All I have to do is like spit into a vial and then ship it away, and then I should get like my origins. So I'm really excited about
That'll
it.
be awesome. That'll be a great thing to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, it really will. So shout out Brooklyn. Thanks.
I'm going to call it right now Stalin.
Perfect. I was told I have German roots though.
Okay.
So
I'm not going to say Hitler, but
that's what I always find interesting. It's like, especially with a lot of these like people, you would think that you're one, like you're like so, I don't know, whatever, Italian or German,
right?
And then people do these and they're like, oh, I'm like an eighth that, and I'm actually, Welsh or something.
Yeah.
So
I take too much pride, I would say, in being Italian. My last name's Moretti. I look Italian if you were to look at me.
Super hairy.
Yeah, super hairy, dark hair. I'm not like that olive skinned color, but I get dark, like really dark in the summer. But that's like been a big thing of pride for me, like especially in school for some reason. I just really like to flaunt that. I don't care as much anymore.
Yeah.
But
did you ever tell people that you had family members in
the mob?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say it on the podcast. I guess I can because, I mean, I can't foresee anything bad happening from it. I didn't know him.
Yeah.
Apparently, I had like a super, super distant cousin back in like the 90s that was involved in something down in Miami.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know what that was or to what extent he was involved with.
Yeah.
That's all that I know. Also, I think he's unrelated, but there was a dude in like the 40s named Willie Moretti. You can look him up online, and he was a snitch basically, and he snitched out a whole bunch of mob guys, and he got killed like the next day.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a Moretti beer that's distributed by Heineken, but it's like a lager, like a darker lager. So that's fun.
So how was your Christmas?
It was good, man. It was pretty good. It didn't actually feel like Christmas because we didn't have a Christmas tree. Technically, we're doing it the 14th.
Okay.
Or the 15th. We're going to Hanover, Pennsylvania, where my sister lives, and that's where we're going to do like our family Christmas. But I had my cousin up during the Christmas season for like 2 weeks. So we kind of did Christmas with him. He's from Florida. Just last week, my girlfriend was here. She is currently interning in Florida, and she was able to come up for a week, so that was awesome. I did Christmas with her. So far, I've had 2 Christmases, one with my family, one with my girlfriend, and then I will have another one with my sister.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the one with my family didn't really feel like normal Christmas.
Yeah.
Because there was no tree, and like my sister is like the one that's like super big on tradition, so she kind of ushers in that Christmas spirit.
Right.
But yeah, I got some pretty sweet gifts.
I see you're rocking a watch.
Rocking a watch. This is one of 3 watches that I got.
You got 3 watches. It was the year of the watches.
The year of the watches from my girlfriend, Emily, because I asked her for a watch, just like one of these like low profile, but still like cool looking watches.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want like one of those rugged,
right,
like outdoor Trekkie watches. I just wanted something that looks like you'd see on a model or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But and you can find them for super cheap on Amazon. But she got me 2, ordered them from Amazon. They came in. She was concerned about the quality. So she spent a little bit more bread on this one. I don't know how much, she wouldn't tell me, but I really like it. It's got a leather band.
It's nice.
It's Acroboss. I don't know what that means, but that's the brand.
It's analog?
Yeah, analog. Yeah, that was the big I didn't want digital or anything.
So most kids nowadays wouldn't even know what that is.
Sometimes I have trouble reading this.
I do too.
Because it doesn't have the numbers. It just has little dashes where it should be.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I got a flannel shirt.
I noticed that.
Looks amazing on me.
It does.
And we also...
Hold on.
Oh, okay. We're not going to spoil that yet. Okay.
Yeah. We were going to build up to it.
Okay. All right.
Because possibly the best gift that we got this season.
Well, the best gift that I got this season was my girlfriend made me a mixtape, and there was her sister is a graphic design major in college, and one of her projects was she had to do a CD cover. Okay. So it's like a whole CD cover, and we had gone to Dundee Falls, which is like a outdoor recreation area, and taken a whole bunch of pictures. She was taking pictures of me and Emily, and that's like on the cover. And then there's all the different songs, and there's in the track description like why each song is important to us.
Wow.
As a couple. And Africa by Toto is on there 3 times.
Yeah. Touche. Great gift.
It was a pretty solid gift. I almost cried.
So, okay. Second best gift.
Our best gift, we got a joint gift.
We did. And it was one of those things like, it was over our Christmas services at church. My wife, was being really weird about something. She had this bag and she gave it to me. Let's see, I think we did services on Sunday and Monday. She gave it to me Sunday after the service and was like, hey, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but you have to FaceTime Emily after you're done, and you can't open this, and hand me this bag. It turns out that Donnie also had a gift.
Yes.
But his was like in a box and whatnot. And so I want to get this right, who all this is from.
It is from Emily's parents, Emily, and Allie.
So my wife, Donnie's girlfriend, and Donnie's girlfriend's parents.
Yes. Who are avid listeners of this podcast.
Yes. Shout out to you all. And also shout out to Emily's mom, who made a killer spread for the worship team.
That was
for
amazing.
Food.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And also Emily's sister, Mandy, did all the design stuff. For it. So there was like a mini circle surrounding Donnie and I when we were opening these. Because my parents had come to that service.
Yeah.
So my parents were there, Emily's parents, Emily via Skype or FaceTime. Mandy, and I feel like there was another person. I think there were just people from the worship team.
They were just like, what's happening?
Poking in and out, like, this is uncomfortable for us.
So we get to open these gifts.
At the same time.
Yeah. And lo and behold, what's in them?
Merch,
guys. Merch. We have merch.
It's t-shirts.
It's like a baseball tee, which I love.
I love baseball tees.
I'm sure you've probably seen it if you follow us on our Twitter. I think we tweeted out a picture, maybe.
We did, yes.
Yeah. So we have t-shirts
with our faces on
faces on them, and our Twitter and all that on the back.
Absolutely everywhere you could find us.
Yes.
So many places on the back.
And I'll before we move on, later on that week, Allie and I went to North Carolina, and I was wearing my t-shirt on the car ride home.
Nice.
And I went into a gas station to go to the bathroom. And so I walked in or whatever, and Allie came in a few minutes after me, and she was like kind of looking around, and she said the guy was like, can I help you with something? She's like, oh, I'm just looking for my husband. And he was like, is he wearing a "You're my friend and I trust you" t-shirt? Yeah. So he noticed, guys. He noticed.
It's very eye-catching.
It is. I mean, especially when the guy whose face is on the t-shirt is wearing the t-shirt.
Well, you look a lot different now.
I do.
This is big you. They might think that you're me now.
It could be.
Might be mistaken.
So,
but it's got our faces right on
the chest.
Right on the chest. And then it says, "You're my friend, I trust you" beneath it. And it's baseball. It's blue and like navy blue.
That's black, dude.
That's black?
That is totally black.
Oh, well.
I'm concerned about you. We had this in a text conversation the other day.
Color me fancy. This is black. Just thought it was blue.
Yeah. We also got playing
cards with our faces on it.
Yes.
Which I've used many times already. We were playing euchre over Christmas.
They're pretty I like the feel of the cards. Like they're high quality.
They feel great. Like they don't have the thing where they stick together. They're really slidey, which I like, but they're not very durable.
Okay. So I haven't really used mine a whole lot.
Yeah, you can already tell because they came in like a clear plastic box that you can just see right into. You can already tell which cards we were using for euchre and which ones we weren't because they're darker from our finger oils getting on them. Also, if they get wet at all, they just kind of disintegrate. Our ace of diamonds has like a little thing on top because it got wet.
We also got
magnets.
Big old magnets.
Big old fridge magnets. I've really thought about just sticking those random places.
I thought about too. I think what I'll probably do, at least, we've gotten a few emails of people who are owed merch.
That's right. We'll send out some magnets.
Yep. You'll get a magnet. I also thought about like just like putting these places.
Oh, the cards?
Because like, I mean, I do like playing cards, but there's 52 of them?
Yeah.
So it's just like.
Yeah. I would maybe take a Sharpie and write podcast. Yeah. Because it just says you're my friend and I trust you.
So exciting stuff happened for us. We really appreciate it, Mandy, and again, everybody who had a part of it. Avery's also working on some new stuff.
We've got some samples from him. Super dope stuff. Maybe we'll try to incorporate that into t-shirts down the line. We can do like a Teespring thing. Yeah. And get some t-shirts made.
Yeah.
But well, we have a little bit more business to get to today.
Uh-oh.
This is actually it was right before Christmas. So it was, I think, actually like the day after we recorded with Allie.
Okay.
This is actually from a buddy of mine, Isaac Steiner.
Oh, that's right.
Who listens to this podcast. And I'm sorry, dude. We got this literally the day after we went on break. So we're a little bit late in getting this read. But it is a "You're my friend and I or not you're my friend and I trust you. What do you do?" scenario.
Yes.
It's pretty exciting. So let's roll that music.
There's a monster coming after you. Your roommate's dead, you don't know what to do. Your house is on fire and so are you. What do you do?
And we're back. We just paused for 2 seconds and I'll put that in later. So who do you want to read this or should I read this?
I don't care. I have it both. We both have it pulled up.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and read it. So this is a "What do you do?" scenario from my friend Isaac Steiner. Hey guys, so I was faced with this real life situation and thought of you too.
We appreciate you thinking of us.
We really do. It kind of warmed my heart when I read that line. You say you buy a house and move in around Thanksgiving. The previous owner was an elderly single lady who passed away going to get her mail. As Christmas rolls around, you are starting to get comfortable in your new home. Then, one day, you are looking for your mail and looking through your mail and find a letter addressed to the little old lady. The address in hand is written from a man in Virginia. What do you do? What if there's money in there? What if she has a secret lover or pen pal? It's a federal offense. But she's dead. And then again, she's dead. And she died. Getting her mail. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Throw it away. Return to sender. Contact her brother who sold the house. Or open it. Thanks, dude. It's Isaac. This is a tough one. Let me describe first a similar situation that I was in. Nobody died or anything.
Yeah.
But I was living in Pittsburgh. I got a package delivered to my door, addressed to my address, but it wasn't my name on the package. And it was just like one of those, like, it wasn't a box, but it was one of those like heavy duty envelopes that you get from Amazon or something. And I didn't know what to do with it because it was my address, but it wasn't my name. So do I go knocking on like all my neighbors' doors being like, hey, is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours? I didn't do that because I was too cowardly.
Yeah.
I'll admit. So I just left the package sit by my front door for about 2 months.
Oh my goodness.
And then I was like, you know what? I think the period has passed. If it was something important, they would have reordered it.
Yeah.
You know? So I opened it up. It was medical supplies.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So they may be dead now.
It was just like a screw for something. Like 2 screws for like a medical chair or something.
Oh, okay.
I still feel horrible about it. Because that was the last thing I wanted to see when I opened that up.
Yeah. I think since we've moved quite a bit in the last 2 years, like we get other people's mail.
Yeah.
And to me, it depends on what it is. Like if it's from a person, I'll just write return to sender and put it in the mailbox.
Gotcha.
If it's like a Capital One mass mailing,
Junk mail.
I was throw it away for them.
Yeah.
And so like in this situation, especially like you can tell that it's handwritten from somebody.
Yeah.
Like I think I just write return to sender, and
I think maybe throw a real bright light behind it. See if you can peek in.
Yeah.
And if it's not money.
So you take it if it's money.
I don't know. That's pretty harsh.
Because my thing is like, you could give it to the brother, but what if like the lady was involved in something that the brother didn't know about,
right? And
now you're the one,
some sort of secret affair that just destroys the family,
right? And now she's passed away. Is that really what you want? So that's why I'm just like, just send it back to where it came from,
right?
And
wash your hands of it.
Yeah,
yeah. But the curiosity, though.
Oh yeah, the curiosity is, especially given the circumstances.
Yeah,
like she died going to get her mail, and now suddenly, and like he didn't quite specify. Like, did this come later, or did he just find it in his mail that he has had?
I think it came later.
Okay,
if
I'm reading that right, and that adds to this person who wrote it probably doesn't know she died.
Right.
So it's probably a secret something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Ooh. I think the safe thing to do, Isaac, is just send that back. But at this point, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You might have opened it already.
That's right.
It's probably just...
If you did, just know that we're going to judge you.
Oh, yeah. I won't.
I don't know you.
I'm going to text you and ask you what was in that envelope. And I'm not saying do this. I think the general consensus here is send it back.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying to do this. I'm just saying that if you boil water and get it steaming and you hold the envelope over the water, that like releases the glue. So the flap just opens up. You can take it out, inspect what's inside, and then you just put it back and let it sit off of the steam for a second, and then you can reseal that. Just saying. Just saying.
No one will know.
No one will know. Just saying. Well, I was hoping on that to carry us over.
Oh, but we have gotten a few emails just kind of randomly.
Oh yeah,
Carol emailed us.
Oh, that's right. We read that one.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
See, it's been so long I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's been a while. Did you know that Africa by Toto is about werewolves?
I did not.
My girlfriend Emily pointed this out to me when she was here. Let's break it down.
Okay.
So, she's coming in 12:30 flight, right? She's coming in at night.
So like the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to pull up the lyrics to this.
Okay.
We're going to go through it. So stall for me for a second, or I'll just edit this out, actually. I was told the long pauses are bad.
Uh-oh. Someone's like judging us.
Yeah, a little bit.
I wonder who that might be.
It's not Carol, actually.
Oh. Sorry, Carol, for immediately assuming. You are just the one who calls us out the most.
That's true.
Even though we do appreciate the interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Blowing up our Twitter. I also got one of these rubber
I see that.
rings because my ring doesn't fit anymore.
Oh, nice.
Falls off my finger.
Good for you.
But this is going to be really gross. And maybe it's just because I bought a cheap one.
Mm.
But one, I forget it's on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never take it off.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I do take it off, it smells awful.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So.
Because you're just sweating under that.
I guess.
Yeah, finger sweat.
Finger sweats. Kind of like the meat sweats. Or the coffee sweats.
I got the coffee sweats right now.
Yeah, my knee pits are sweaty.
Why the knee pits?
I don't know. So I'm trying to air them out.
really quick. Speaking of airing things out, this isn't like some hot thing I'm going to throw at you. There was a time when we were younger. You and I, and Chap, your best friend from high school, was visiting.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, this is probably illegal, but I think the statute of limitations now applies because this was years and years ago. He or one of us had a can of bear mace.
I had the bear mace.
And Chap was like, I want you to spray me with it.
Yeah.
Not in the face.
No.
We wouldn't. That might have blinded him, actually.
The bear mace is much stronger than people mace. Because
it's like
you got to hit a bear with it.
A bajillion times more potent.
And there are warning labels like...
Oh, yeah, like do not use on humans.
And like it could be prosecuted.
Yeah. But statute of limitations.
Yeah, this was like 20 years ago.
Also, this is just like a story. This didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, wink.
You never know what's true or false on this podcast.
Right.
We are in character.
We are chronic liars.
Anyway, continue.
So Chap was like, I want you to spray me with it. So he takes his shirt off, turns around so his back is towards us. This thing has like a 50-foot range on it. It's just like a stream. And you just do it quick.
Yeah.
You just cross his back. Flash forward to Chap in the shower, just shaking.
Basically crying
because he's in so much pain. Also, when he got in the shower to wash off the bear mace from his back, it spread literally everywhere.
It was, I mean, I'm glad. I remember we did it at a different location than where I was living. Yeah. And then we had to get him home. And obviously I didn't want him sitting in my truck. Yeah. So he's like basically crying at this point. And I'm like, you can't ride in my truck. So he's like sitting in the bed of my truck. And I'm pretty sure this was probably in the fall. And so it was nighttime.
It was cold.
It was probably cold. Mm-hmm. Plus the bear mace, he was sweating, but cold. And so he had to ride in the bed of my truck all the way home.
Luckily, it wasn't that far of a drive.
No. But I do remember, I'm just going to say it on the podcast. So
I was going to say it.
Yeah. Donnie and I, like, we were contemplating taking him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because, like, he just could not get it to stop burning.
Yeah. I remember he was in the bathroom just, like, shaking and almost convulsing, basically. Yeah. And we were outside, like, having one of those, like, quieted conversations, like, do we take him to the hospital?
Because we also, like, we didn't want to get in trouble. Because, again, the can clearly says, don't use this on humans.
Right.
And so, I just happened to have...
Are we terrible people?
Why? Because we bear maced our friend?
Yeah.
He asked for it.
Yes.
I mean, he literally, like, I want to do this.
That's true.
And so he's, like, in the shower, just, it's spread everywhere now. He's miserable.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is I had these old bottles of, what was it anyway?
It was Red's Apple Ale.
Red's Apple Ale in the mini fridge in the basement that I was staying at. So he pounded, I don't know if it was a full like 6-pack.
I think if it wasn't a 6-pack, you pounded at least 4 of them.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 of them. Just sitting in the shower, like just pounding them one after another. And I mean, I think it did help him. Because
I don't know.
He was
He did calm down after that.
Yeah. And I think we got him to sleep.
Well, flash forward to he's out of the shower, and then he is laying on his stomach on your floor, bare-butted.
Bare-butted.
With a fan blowing on his butt and his back.
He's just like laying there like miserable. And mind you, this is a Saturday night, so we had church in the morning.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember, did you stay at my house that night or did you go home?
I think I did, yeah.
Okay, so we were probably playing on the worship team the next morning, but
yeah, I think so.
I remember sitting next to him in church and he was sweating because like it still hurts.
It was still hot.
But you could smell, like he had showered for 2 hours plus that morning.
Yeah.
And you could still smell like that tinge of bear mace.
Yeah.
Like sitting next to him. He was just like beet red and like sweating in church.
And like hot to the touch.
Yeah. He was hot to the touch.
Oh, man.
Did some stupid stuff with him.
He did recover though.
He did.
He's okay.
How did that come up?
I forget. I honestly forget.
Yeah.
But it happened.
I'm surprised we hadn't told that story on the
I know.
podcast before.
That's one of our better stories.
It is. Donnie ate some of the mace.
Oh, yeah, because you sprayed it on my arm.
I'm pretty sure.
And it wasn't hot when it was on my arm.
I sprayed it on your arm, but I watched you like wipe it off of his back and put it in your mouth.
I didn't get like a big finger of it.
Yeah.
I just like got like a little dab and then just like dabbed it on my tongue. It was pretty hot. It was pretty hot stuff. I wonder what bears feel like, how much pain it induces on bears. Because
I wonder if it's a pain thing or more of like a surprise thing.
I don't know. Because I feel like if you just make a bear, like if you inflict pain on a bear, they just have like that rage thing that kicks in.
Right.
That they just like, you know, and then really mess you up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really have no clue. Bears are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Bears are insane.
Bears freak me out. That's one of my biggest fears is running into a bear in the wild.
Really?
Yeah. And actually, you know how like at least most people have like a recurring like stress dream or like nightmare?
Mm-hmm.
I have two. I think I've talked about one of them. And that's I'm at a new school and I can't find my locker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like one stress. If I'm stressed, I usually have that dream.
Yeah.
The other one is watching, this is really bad, but watching someone I care about being mauled by a bear.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I've had some very vividly graphic memory or dreams of that.
Wow.
So bears freak me out and it's stuck in my subconscious, I think.
Have I ever been mauled by a bear in one of your dreams?
I don't think you have. Chapman has.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it's fine. I guess you just don't care.
I don't know if it's because like Chapman and I, you know, he lives in Cincinnati and I live here, and like just throughout the years we've kind of drifted more apart. So I don't know if it's like a symbolic thing in my dreams that like they're being ripped apart, like they're now a step further away from me.
Gotcha. Well, have you had that about Allie?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
So you're on the same playing field as Allie.
good. Now I'm happy again. But to get back to Africa by Toto being about werewolves,
Yes.
basically you'll find the biggest argument for it in the chorus. So it's going to take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. So if you're a werewolf,
That's
you're a
true.
pretty powerful creature. It's going to take a lot of dudes.
And you want that blood.
That's right. Old blood, I think they just kill. Vampires
do?
want blood.
I thought werewolves also want blood.
Nope. I know a lot about these things. Big Twilight fan. I bless the rains down in Africa. So this is what I think it means.
Okay.
And I kind of like, my girlfriend and I kind of went through this. So he lives in Africa. He loves a woman and he lives in Africa. Okay. And he blesses the rains because what happens when it rains? Clouds come and they cover up the moon. So that means that he doesn't have to change into a werewolf because the moon is covered up and he can spend more time with his girl.
So is the reference to Africa mean anything or just?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not in this scenario. And then also verse 2, the wild dogs crowd in the night as they grow restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right, as sure as Kilimanjaro rises above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become.
Okay.
Right. So he knows that he must do what's right. He's got to get out of here because he's going to turn into a werewolf soon. And he's frightened by the fact that he's turning into a werewolf.
And he would like to cure
Right.
what's deep inside, which is his werewolfism.
Right. Which hides deep inside when he's a human.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to know it.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I see it.
Hey, a little bit more of a somber note.
Yeah.
I think we can talk about this on the podcast because it's in the paper, in the newspaper.
Oh.
So it should be fine.
Yeah.
But the camp that we go to every year and lead worship for a week, last year, we didn't talk about this on the podcast, but it was actually the week before our week of camp. Unfortunately, a kid drowned in the lake. It was actually during a swim test. So they told him to hop in. He hopped in, didn't come back up. Lifeguards dove in, but I mean, you go down 2 feet and that water is like black.
Yeah.
Like it's murky. So they weren't able to find the body. They had to get divers to find him and bring him back up. But now the camp is being sued by that kid's parents.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a sucky situation, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, and like I guess I want to tread lightly a little bit, but
Right.
Because it sucks. The situation sucks. For especially the kid's family, for the lifeguards who are on duty. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's something that again, like just like that's gonna stick with them too.
Right. Also, it's not only the camp; it's the camp plus some faculties. Some faculty members.
And to me, it's one of those things that sometimes in life, just really crappy, tragic things happen. And being that I've been at that camp a lot, like I know the procedures and the staff that they have in place, especially during the swim test time. So like, I don't think that there was any negligence, and so to sue for that, I mean, I don't know, like it's I guess it's easier for me because I'm not the family to say this, that sometimes just bad things happen in life, and to like, to an extent, kid's got to know if he can swim or not.
Right.
Right. I don't know. That's where I like, I want.
Yeah. I mean, if he jumped in knowing that he couldn't swim,
right.
But also it was a basketball camp, so it was like a 4-day basketball retreat for basketball players. So I don't know, something might have happened where he cramped up when he hopped in or something, but
right. And there's also I forget what the term of it, but for people who especially aren't strong swimmers, there's this thing that can happen when you go underwater where you basically get disoriented
of what's sense of up and down.
And so that could have happened. Like there's so many things that could have happened that you're just never going to know.
Right.
That to put blame on the lifeguards or whatever, I don't know that that's fair.
Right.
And I don't know, again, on this side it's easy to say, but nothing's going to bring the child back, which sucks.
Yeah. That was kind of my take on that is I understand as the family, you kind of want justice, but I think that is the wrong way to go about it by suing those people and by suing the camp.
Right.
Because overall as a whole, I know from personally being there how amazing that camp can be and is. I can't describe to you or explain to you the amount of times that I've had amazing experiences at that camp, spiritual and otherwise. And that's just me.
Yeah.
So that camp is affecting hundreds of kids every single year, faculty included, because we'll have amazing experiences just as faculty.
Right.
And the amount of money that they're asking for, I think, would break the camp.
Yeah.
And cause it to shut down. So because they are seeking justice and retribution in the way that they're doing it by suing the camp, I think that they right now, and this might be a little bit insensitive to say, but I think right now they're being a little bit blind to the big picture. But also at the same time, I definitely understand where they're coming from, because I don't think I would be able to look at the camp in that way
Yeah.
as a beneficial thing and as a good thing.
Oh, absolutely not.
I think I would just see it as an ominous evil thing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they're wrecking more lives by doing this, because there's people that work at that camp full time. That's their job.
Right.
And if they sue the camp, and if the camp closes down, then those people don't have jobs anymore.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that I understand where they're coming from. They want justice, but at the same time, I think it's big picture. Also, it's just dragging it out. I would want to try to move on from that as much as I could.
Yeah. 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 So really sucky situation, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I think we pretty much said everything that we're comfortable saying at this point.
Yeah.
But it's a terribly tragic situation. But I just feel like right now it's being made worse by actions that are being taken by some people.
Right. Right.
That's my 2 cents on that. And I mean, if they were to hear this podcast, I'm sure that wouldn't sit well with them. But that's just my opinion, and that's the opinion that I'm going to stay with for now.
Yeah.
But so let's try to move on from that. Let's try to end on a happy note. So we got to think of something happy to end with.
Happy.
Yeah. You were sick.
Oh yeah.
I forgot I was going to ask you about that. Happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So every year at Christmas time,
Every single year.
you get sick. The last 2 years, though, you've gotten sick right before Christmas, which sucks because you lead Christmas Eve services.
Well, so the last two would have been after now.
Oh, really?
So the two before, and
Okay.
then see, this will be my fifth one. So these two were before,
Mhm.
or these two were after this one, and then the first one was when I went to the hospital.
Gotcha.
So I think it's in this year, like I obviously like I'm in a lot better condition, and so like I was eating a lot better leading up, and so like I felt fine, great leading up to it.
Mhm.
So what I think it is either subconsciously I get really stressed, even if like I don't feel it, leading up to Christmas time, and so that's what our last episode. I think it was the last episode. I said, the church has made me hate Christmas.
Yeah.
This is part of it, is because every year I know I'm going to get sick because of how much goes into our Christmas candlelight service and how much like pressure is in on that. And so to recap, the first year ended up in the ER 2 days before Christmas Eve because at that point I was working 2 jobs. The job I have now is not my full-time job. It was at a factory. So I was working 60 hours there plus everything at the church. Drinking energy drinks.
Not good.
Had crazy, I didn't know at the time, but just crazy anxiety, which is what my problem was. In that, like, my heart felt like it was skipping beats and like racing. I mean, the energy drinks definitely did not help, but
right.
And so I thought I was having a heart attack. Had my brother drive me to ER. Turns out it was anxiety mixed with all the other bad lifestyle choices I was making.
Yeah.
2 years after that, I would get sick leading into Christmas Eve. Usually had cold stuff. Then 2 years prior, or 2 years after that, the last 2 years we've gone to North Carolina to visit my family right after Christmas Eve. Usually I take that week off. So last year I was good. Went to North Carolina. I was good through Christmas Eve. Went to North Carolina, which would be the week following. Was good until the drive home and started. That one was more flu. Like I had body chills and body aches, just headache. I felt like crap. Literally like 10 minutes down the road is when I started feeling it in my back. And I was driving the whole way. And plus, like coming through the West Virginia Turnpike, it was snowing. And so every bridge was ice, like just solid ice. And I had 3 other people in the car. So anyway, that wasn't fun. This year, again, it was great all the way leading up to Christmas. through Christmas Eve.
Epitome of health you were.
Yeah. And then I started feeling the day before we left for North Carolina, just a little tickle in my throat. You know that feeling?
Yep.
Just a
You're
little
like,
tickle.
Get out of here.
Yeah. I'm like,
Get out of
I'm
here.
just ignoring it.
Yep.
It's not there.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got down there, I was like, it moved all the way up into my head, and like sinus pressure was there. It wasn't terrible. I was, I could deal with it. Sleeping was the worst. I hate sleeping with colds because like you wake up, your mouth's so dry.
Yeah, it's hard for me to fall asleep because if I have to breathe through my mouth,
Yeah, it's the worst.
Just super hard to fall asleep.
Yeah. So, that was good. We stayed. I think we left Thursday, stayed till Monday. By the time Monday morning came around, like Sunday night, I woke up at like 3:00. I felt like crap. My head was just absolutely pounding. Couldn't breathe. It wasn't in my chest or anything. Everything was in my head. And and I knew like we were driving 8.5 hours home that day, and it was just Allie and I. And I get car sick, so it's really hard for me to let someone else drive, because especially through the mountains and stuff. So I, 3:00 in the morning, I was like searching urgent care centers around there at my sister's house, and found one that opened at 8, but I could go ahead and check in at 3:00. So I checked in at 3:00, kind of laid there, I dozed in and out, and then left at about 7 while no one else was awake. I left, went to the urgent care, and had a severe sinus infection, or sinusitis is what they called it. I don't know. So everything was just plugged up, and so I got antibiotics and recommendations for some other stuff, and got home. Everyone was eating breakfast. Like, oh, did you go out driving? I was like, yeah, kind of. So yeah, I drove home that night, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Been on meds been on antibiotics since then. And
Good.
Yeah.
Good. 2 things really quick. As far as car sick goes, I too get car sick while riding, especially if I'm in the back.
Oh, yeah. And it's hot.
Oh, it's the worst. Like multiple people, it's hot.
Yep.
I can't stand it.
No.
But I went to Hanover, Pennsylvania with my mom one time. She was driving, and we avoided the turnpike.
Oh boy.
So that takes you like through the mountains where it's like really windy and super steep and hilly. And my mom, sorry mom, I'm calling you out on a podcast, but on these steep down slopes, she didn't want to just ride her brakes. So she would brake, let off, brake, let off, brake, let off, brake.
Yeah.
Let off. I was dying. I was begging her to stop.
I feel sick just
I was begging her, like, please just brake normal. I'm gonna spew.
Right? It's like braking, and then also, especially on the interstate, people who don't use their cruise control.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can usually ride, like, if it's just like from here to Cincinnati, if you use your cruise control, I could ride in the passenger seat. But Allie, I love you. She doesn't even like driving around. Like, she'll hit the gas, go up to the speed limit, and then let off. Hit the gas. Like,
Don't like that at all.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Just use the cruise, man.
Use the cruise, or just learn how to keep it steady with your foot.
When I drove Emily down to Florida to take her down for her internship, we took her car, which is it's a newer lease. It's a Camry something. But it has that cruise control that senses how fast the car in front of you is going,
really nice.
and then it brakes for you. Actually, really sucked.
Oh, it brakes for you. Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, because it keeps like 8 car distances between you and the car ahead of you.
Oh, wow.
So if somebody, like if you're going in the fast lane, like passing cars, going like 5 over or whatever, and then somebody gets in that lane in front of you, like 2 car spaces ahead of you, the car will brake like hard. And then you'll be going 45.
Oh my goodness.
It takes forever to get back up to speed. Like if you let it do it by itself, it takes like 1.5 miles to get back up to speed. It's the most annoying thing.
Is there a way to just like turn that off?
I don't know. I couldn't find it. So I had hardly even used the cruise.
That sucks.
Going down. Unless there was just nobody in front of me.
Yeah.
But getting back to your sickness.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer, stuff like colds, and nothing major like cancer or anything, obviously not, but stuff like colds, like when you felt that little tickle, I'm a firm believer that you can will that away. Honestly, like I know,
Oh, I know you are.
I know that I say some crazy things on this podcast that I don't really fully believe in, like conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I don't really fully believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But this, I am a firm believer in, that mind over matter prevails in those situations of colds. There's a hair on my mic, hang on. Because I've been in those situations where I feel that little tickle in my throat. I'm like, nope, I'm not sick. Or I just like feel it, like you feel like that cold coming on in your nose, in your nasal passages. You're like, nope, I'm not. It's just a sneeze that wants to get out, and that's it. And then you just will that away, and I don't get sick.
So when you do get sick,
I guess I just didn't try hard enough. But
well, it's
I think
so. Like, is that because there's a sect of Christianity, the Christian scientists, that believe that with everything. Like they don't go to the doctor.
Oh yeah, that's too far.
Like, even like for broken bones, like it's because you have put that there.
That's way too far down that road. I think anything, if you go to the absolute extreme of it, it's bad.
Yeah.
Or the absolute opposite, it could be bad. But stuff like colds, I think you can. And that's why I think you get sick every year at Christmas, because you already have it in your mind, I'm going to get sick.
Yeah.
Like last year, I remember telling you like just don't think that, because you kept saying I'm going to get sick. And I was like, dude, you're going to get sick because of that attitude that you have. You need to have a better attitude of I'm not going to get sick.
I'll try that next
I think
year.
this year you should have been telling yourself I'm healthy, I've lost all this weight.
We talked about it, remember?
And I'm not going to get sick. I think you were still telling yourself though in your mind, I'm going to get sick.
Well, I think part of it though is because after Christmas Eve, I'm like, I'm so relieved. Like I'm just like, my body lets its guard down.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you
need to keep that mental focus up. You can't let it rest for even 1 second.
I'll do my best. I'll train harder.
Yeah. Train harder. Speaking of training hard.
Oh, that's right. What a segue. What a segue.
I'm the king of segues. What can I say? All right. Speaking of training hard, we're trying to raise money for a 5K.
We are.
Which we're going to train hard for if we raise the money. We're trying to raise $500 for Compassion International. Compassion International raises money for widows and orphans around the world. They do. There it is. Cut that. They do tons of cool stuff, such as digging wells, providing food, shelter, clothing, housing for widows and orphans. It's really great. It's a really great company or organization, I guess. And we're trying to raise $500 on GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. It is. I'll even say it this time.
Do it.
You're my friend and I trust you. 5K for Compassion.
If you type that into GoFundMe, that's where you'll find it.
That's right. And we are actually up to $55, which I think is the same as last time.
Is it?
I think. Zacho donated some. So shout out to you. I didn't see the comment that he left us.
You can leave comments?
Yeah.
So love you guys. And then it's a picture of Hot Rod. Ancestors protect me.
May they protect you.
Oh, that's good stuff.
So if you donate, leave a sweet comment like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
leave us a GIF or a picture.
Yeah.
Make our day.
Shout out to Zacho. We are $55 of our $500 goal.
We're getting there.
We are getting there.
We've only had it going for 2 months.
That's right.
Someday we'll get there. We might be too old to run the 5K by the time we raise that money.
We will race the 5K on our motorized scooters.
Totally. But if you have any questions about that 5K or about anything in general, or if you want to send us a what do you do scenario, or if you just want to say, hey, you guys suck, shut up, quit doing this, email us at itrustyoupodcast@gmail.com.
Or shout us out on Twitter
at
my friend podcast. On twitter.com.
On twitter.com. You can also find us on Back Row Radio, on the Back Row Radio app.
Shout out
to Back Row Radio.
On Friday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And the hours, I don't know.
Just tune in Friday mornings. Eventually you'll hear us.
Or any day. They got a pretty sweet lineup of music.
Yeah, they got a dope lineup of music.
There's a few other podcasts on there that are pretty great.
Yeah, definitely. And you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube,
Spotify,
iTunes,
wherever.
Podbean.
Whatever the thing Carol uses.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard of it before.
What's it called? I don't even know. It's some weird one, but it's on there too.
Just use iTunes like normal people.
Yeah.
Anyway, find me on Twitter, the Jordan Benter.
The Jordan Benter. You can find me at Don Moretti.
And we hope that you stick to those New Year's resolutions.
They're so stupid. Don't even make them. I made a resolution not to make any resolutions, and guess what? I'm keeping it. That's a super negative thing to say. I hope that you make some very, very accomplishable goals,
yes,
and that you achieve those goals, and that you better yourself as a person. That's what I hope for you guys.
Yes. So,
be
good
to
yourself
and
your family
around
this time of year.
Exclamation point.
Just two dudes having a conversation. You're my friend and I trust you.